Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to FS25, and our first episode here on Riverbend Springs with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, I'm recording this the first Saturday after release. As it turned out, last week was incredibly busy, and I had very little time to play, let alone record. And what time I did have, I mostly spent testing, trying to get the graphics settings here on my PC so that we had something that was usable for recording. I did have a fair number of issues getting to this point, unfortunately, but at least we are here now, and I'm reasonably happy with the quality. We are slightly less than what we were playing on FS22 on our PC, but mostly not so much in resolution, but like in draw distance and that. I had to cut that back a little bit. Now, I am not running my graphics card as hard as I could be. One of the issues that was happening was stuttering, and I wanted to make sure that we were nowhere near maxing out so that we were getting any lag, so I knew anything that happened was just stuttering. So we may be able to get a little more juice out of it here, but I think we'll leave it where it is for now, because the other issue that you just saw happened right there is that flashing. Now there's a number of people are having that issue. Some seem to have successfully gotten it resolved. Unfortunately, I am not one of them. I have tried everything I could find so far to resolve it, except one, which was to turn the shadow quality to max. Well, unfortunately, with my graphics card, that's just not possible. So couldn't try that one. So we're just going to have to live with it for now. Hopefully Giants does an update that makes that go away, because I've run these settings on FS22 and we're not seeing any of that. So seems to be just a 25 issue. So now we are, like I said, here on Riverbend Springs, and we are just going to play the game. No major storyline or anything like that. We started on New Farmer. I have made a couple small adjustments. Nothing I don't think that's too major. Like I said, I haven't really been able to watch to see what others are doing, but I thought, well, we do this with some hope that we'd be a little bit different anyways initially. And what I did is I added a front loader and a bale spike to our John Deere. And I changed out the Challenger. One of the first mods to come out was this one right here. And it's just a reskin of the Challenger to Alice Chalmers. And I upped the horsepower and put on the big fat tires. So rather than $100,000, we are now down at 73,000. Now, the other thing I did, I made a duplicate of this save and was playing on it just for fun and to kind of see how everything was going to perform. And in the course of that, I learned that there are a number of buy points for lime and fertilizer, but they are more expensive than just using big bags from the store. So I also added in a front loader and a big bag lifter to the store that we can use to load our implements. So we own it, but it's just down at the store for store use because cheated in the money to pay for it. So I think we are ready to go. That's all we have for powered equipment. Then we have a cultivator and a seeder that came with the start farm in here. And, and of course we can't forget our nifty old Massey Ferguson harvester. So that's what we've got to work with. Now, we're not restricting ourselves or making any rules other than that we have to use our own equipment for contracts, but we're going to do contracts. We can do short-term leasing. We're not going to make it too hard on ourselves. We're just going to play. So what we have here is we have a cow pasture with some beef cattle in it, and they need some water. and we have a field of canola that is ready to be harvested. All our fields need to be plowed, and we have a field over here. What was this one? I can't remember now. Was it wheat or barley? Wheat. So we've got a field of wheat. So one thing we want to do for sure today in the month of August. Now I'm assuming, like FS22, August is just going to be one day long, and so what we're going to do is we're going to run 3-day months, again because it was better for contracting in 22. So I'm going to assume it's going to be the same here in 25 for the time being. But we are going to run at 3 times speed, so it's basically equivalent of running real time. And once we're done chatting here, I'm going to put onto real time here for August, so that should make August the same as the other months as far as what we can get done. But our cows here, they need some water, and actually we can go and look here. Now we have to get used to these new menus. They are different. I'm going to reserve judgment till I've used them for a while and more familiar whether I like them more or less. So they're just different for now. So we can see we have meadow grass that they're eating, and it can only be 40% effective, and you can see they are out of water. So we need to take care of the water business. But what we want to do is take one of our fields and put grass in it, and I think we'll make silage, and we'll try throwing silage in there. Now I don't know if that will take them to 80% effective, or if it'll be cumulative here with our meadowgrass. We'll find out, but we want to get a grass field in so that we can get some silage into these guys. And silage just because it's less effort than making hay. So that's what I think we're going to do with this field right here, is we're going to get this canola off and get it prepped and get some grass in there. And oh, we have one more field. If we come charging down the path here, oh, I forgot to do this. I will probably play most of the time in this mode because it really adds scale, I find. I like it. Although he's probably got a little bit of a heavy shirt on for this warm weather. But we have this field here, again, needs to be plowed and lined. And so we'll look after that. But I'm not worried about planting anything in these other fields this month. If we don't get it done, we can do it next month. But I do want to get that grass in so we can get grass as quick as we can. And there is a water source for us here on the farm, so that'll come in handy. So the first thing is we need to get some additional equipment here. So why don't we'll just take a look at the remote catalog here, and you'll see it in a little bit, but this is the loader I put down at the store for us to use. Now, I wanted to use a telehandler, but unfortunately, we don't have a big bag handler for a telehandler yet. So, had to be a front loader. Now, like I said, I've played on here a little bit, so I know what we're going to need. We are going to need a rock picker. So let's, because I have everything turned on. That is our widest tires here. Looks like those guys. So we're going to just lease that. So we'll lease that for a day or two, because we are going to need to pick some rocks. I know from past experience. We are going to go with a subsoiler rather than a plow, because we have this one available to us. Nice and cheap, 4 meters wide. So that, oops, no details we want here. So that'll work good for us. And again, we are just going to lease out. We're going to pretty much lease everything for now. We wait and see if we can't get lucky and get something out of the used market. Speaking of which, you take a look. Oh, some nice stuff, but nothing we need. So what's that? We got a subsoiler. We've got a rock picker. Where else do we need here? Now we're going to need to spread some fertilizer and some lime. So we are going to lease this guy right here. We'll put one extension on. It doesn't look like there's any tires that are wider than others, so those will do fine. Heck, let's throw a cover on it so we don't have to worry about keeping it indoors. And we're going to lease that. Now, what else do we need? Now, once we get our fields prepped, my thought is we'll return all this stuff back in, and then we will, release again when we need something else or pick something up used. What was I thinking? Oh, yes. We need a baler because we're going to need to bale some straw, and we need may need it to do some contracts is what I was thinking that I never got finished. Let's custom. I don't think there's anything on that other than those look nice and wide, standard. Now we have to have net wrap or twine if we have a square baler, but it comes with it when we lease it. It comes with some anyways. We'll leave that. Oh, I can't forget. Now, eventually, I'd like to get this baler here, but we don't need it for now. When we get our grass field is ready to be turned to silage, we'll grab that then. A tanker because the cows need water. And let's lease that. Well, that took a little bit of money, but that'll get us started here anyway. So we'll jump in the John Deere here. Now this will be interesting because I have had some problems taking this bucket off. Sometimes, or front loader I should say. Sometimes it'll work good and then other times it just goes squirrely. So let's try detaching there. Cross your fingers. It worked this time. So we are using, oops, I had that right the first time. What I wanted to do is this. We're using a manual transmission. And you may have heard a click just before it started. I have got my ignition key lock that came with the collector's edition. Gimmicky, I know, but I like it. But it can be, I'm sure the novelty will wear off at some point. But for now, I did a little practice recording. You can hear it. But now, I do have one of the issues that I have, and I haven't decided if it's a me issue or FS25 issue, but when I change camera views, sometimes, like now everything works fine. Now, let's change views here. Oh, see, now it's working. What would happen is I could only change camera view in the, there we go. Now we're cooking. In one direction, in the vertical direction, my horizontal view would be locked. And that would happen whenever I moved, like from either in cab or out of cab back to in cab. Whenever I made that change, it would lock. But it doesn't happen all the time. It's kind of random. And I don't know what causes it to start to lock up, but hopefully I'll get it figured out at some point. Because on my other version of this, where I had started, it was locked up pretty much all the time as soon as I jumped from one view to the other. Let's go back out and see. Yeah. Oh, I suppose I should have turned my signal light on there. There's the shop loader there, you can see. When we get the big bag handler for the telehandler, we may swap that out for a telehandler. Not only to try one of the new telehandlers, but as you will see when we go to load that fertilizer spreader, we could use a little extra lift. Alright, back down to the farm we go. We'll get our moo cow some water. I'm still having an issue, unfortunately, with my Thrustmaster farm stick. The thumb scroller, thumbstick portion is still subject to drift. I've torn it apart, tried to clean it. Nothing seems to be fixing that either. So unfortunately, when I feel like I'm flush, I guess I'll have to buy another one because it's out of warranty. Seems like it's just drift within the thumbstick itself is not going to be fixed. So that's disappointing because I really like this. But I've Googled that too, and it doesn't seem like it's an issue that anybody else is having. No one's reported it as far as I can see anyways. So we're reasonably close to the store, as you can see, so that's kind of handy because we'll be, like I said, a little cheaper for us to buy our supplies there than from the bulk points that are on the map. Eventually, we'll likely use those bulk points, but right now, where was that water point? Around here, wasn't it? We're going with the cheapest alternative. Now, water is costing us money here, but that's fine. We have a buildable shed too that we can take advantage of here on the farm. Oh, come on. That's that stupid thumbstick. I don't know why it's doing that. Sure is annoying. Close enough? No, we are not. Back up here a little bit. Oh, there we go. And actually, you know what? We will leave that there for now, and we'll jump out. See what I mean? It gives you a nice sense of scale. We might as well get that canola off. And then once we get that started, we will haul another load of water to those cows. So we'll jump in here, get her started up. Yeah, I think we'll go inside and get a better idea how to get lined up here. Now, I think we'll use a worker to get this done. It does cost us a little money, but pretty cool. So if we just hold this, there comes the settings, if you haven't seen those before. So it auto detects the width, but we could change it if we wanted to, but 6 meters is correct. And 2 headlands, and it says to work the headlands first, so that's good with us. And so the default settings are just fine. So we just close that out, and no, we don't need the straw swath, so we can just send our worker off and they'll look after that field for us. And we can go get another load of water. Now, the harvester actually will hold all the crop that's in that field, so we don't need to unload it until it's done. The benefit of having played on this start a little bit already. I have crop destruction on it, so you have to be a little careful there. There goes our farm stick again. I might have to just disable that altogether. Just it is so darn handy. Now, did we get close enough there this time? Yes, we did. Alright, well, you know what? We can just leave that trailer sit there for now. That would be fine. And we'll go get our green trailer, such as it is. So we're ready to unload the harvester when he finishes up. There's old Grandpa standing there keeping an eye on us. Whoops. You don't need to go further into the shed. I don't think that'll be in the way. So we'll leave that set there, ready to unload. And let's go and grab the Alice, and we'll head to the shop, and we'll get the, I guess, yeah, should probably do it a little different than I did it last time, because I realized what I did didn't make a lot of sense. So let's get set up. We'll get some lime, and what we'll do is we'll actually lime all the fields once they're ready. So we'll get her fired up here. So we'll lime them all. Now there's no precision farming, so we'll give them their first coat of fertilizer. And then we'll plow them all, rock pick them all, and actually technically we could give them their next coat of fertilizer after that. And before they're even planted, they can be all fertilized. Oh. Old school bus went by. Get up here in road gear and get to the shop. Seems to be whenever I move the farm's like cycle of view left to right, then it takes off vertically and horizontally, one or the other at the same time. And then once you get it back centered, then it holds stable, but disappointing because I've only had it for about a year and a half or so. We'll be respectful drivers and put our signal light on this time. Now let's jump out of cab and see if our view locks. No, it's good. So far, so good. Except for that nonsense. Oh no, close enough, close enough. Alright. Whoops. Too many things going on at once. Boy, the colors sure seem nice and vibrant here in 25, I will say. Seems like they are more vibrant to me anyway. So, I think we can just leave it run. Yeah, I like that scale. Look how big this spreader is. Whew. It's big. Oh. I guess before we can fill it, we need to have something to fill it with. What have we got? Where are those? In here. There we go. Big bags. And customize. And we need... I think 10,000 liters will just about fill it up. So we'll buy those. All right. Jump in the loader here. Get her fired up. Now. Not a huge fan of using an articulated machine for this, but we didn't have much of a choice. Now I'll show you something that I kind of learned, a little idiosyncrasy, shall we say. A difference from 22. Don't know if it's going to change at some point, but now you can see we've got the action to pick up the line, and our tool is actually selected. And if I try and attach it now, it'll actually drop the tool. It won't actually pick up the line. We need to be on like that and have the actual powered piece of equipment selected, and now it'll pick up the line. And that holds true on pretty much everything so far. So that is a difference. Can catch you out. Now we're right at the limit of what this little machine will handle, so we have to be a bit gentle here. Come on. You will see. Oh, that stupid thing. Sorry about that. It always seems, everything seems to be worse when I'm recording. And there we go. Like even the flashing I've noticed is worse now than what it was when I was playing day before yesterday on my other save. But maybe I would have thought that the shader cache would have like there'd just be one cache for a map, but maybe it's for a game save. I don't know. Maybe it'll improve once we get a little more time on the map. Oops, change direction here again there, buddy. Anyways, I'll get this loaded up and back to the farm, and I will catch up with you then. We'll likely have a harvester to unload, I'm thinking. So we'll see you in a little bit. Well, we're back from the store with our lime. And again, I'll just say I really enjoy the sense of scale that playing in 3D, third person gives you. I mean, we never had a sense that that spreader was that large on FS25. And you can see I have changed my shirt. I checked the temperature. It was a little bit too warm to be running around in a flannel shirt. And that's another advantage of third person. We can utilize the wardrobe and see the results. So I like that as well. But there was something I forgot to show you here on the farm. And that is this. We have some bees. Now, I haven't played on either game save long enough to get any honey, but I'm assuming, given enough time, honey will spawn there. And here is that buildable shed I mentioned. According to that small shed. Now it needs 1,000 of each wood beams, planks long, and planks. Now we could go and buy those from the store, or we could log them. But you know what? Something I noticed on this map. I have seen lots of trees like these. Lots of trees like these. And these, but not too many like this that are easy to log. So I'm thinking logging might be a bit of a challenge on this map. Now, I certainly haven't been everywhere yet, but that's my observation so far. Now, as I suspected when we got back from the store, the harvest was done, and I wanted to show you absolutely nothing. Shoot. I forgot about that. When I came back from the store, I decided it was a good time to stop and have a bite to eat, so I saved the game and shut her down. Well, I took a little break, and I forgot to reset all of the ground deformation. So there's a decided lack of tracks in our field. Oh well, we'll get to see that again sometime. But our harvest is done, so we can get our harvester unloaded. So we'll do that here. Get her fired up. Now, I think we want to be at a cab for this. Oh, now look at that. And I just jumped into the map. But I cannot, because I changed views. I'll zoom out a little bit. But I can't change side to side. I can go up and down, but not side to side. Now, the way to fix that is just to jump out and jump back in. And now it's fine. Now I'm wondering if I go inside. Yeah, locked again. So let me jump back outside here. So it was working fine. And then we've changed nothing on the map, like as far as equipment goes. Yet that happened. So I'm not sure what the heck is going on there. You can see some tire deformation there. But I think I'm not going to worry about it too much. It just means we won't be switching in and our camera views for the time being, and see if an update doesn't happen and maybe fixes that, because it's an odd one. We will get this unloaded here. Oh, and I did put the time back on 1 times, so August will be the same as any other month as far as time to get work done. You know what we forgot to check? So we haven't looked at the contract since we came in. Look at that. Oh, baling contract. But I know from the little I've watched, we need to have our square baler if that's what it calls for. Fertilizing, harvesting. Ooh, stone picking. We're going to have the stone picker. That's a nice one. I'm not sure what this time does. I see there's a time associated with it, but I don't know if that's in-game time it's counting down or real time. I have no idea. Well, I think we might take that stone picking one, but we'll just see how we make out here. That make sure we don't run out of time to get our work done. But speaking of time, I yattered on in the first segment for a half hour. Didn't see that coming. So I think what we'll do is we will call this episode there because it will be over a half an hour long. Let's dump those that canola first. Ooh, that was an odd view. But we'll leave it there just because I do want to get this edited and posted hopefully today. I'm going to try. If not, get it out for tomorrow. So I think that's why we'll leave it there so that I can get on to doing that. Oh, I guess because I saved the game, I got to do the gears here again. Sorry about that. And we'll just pick it up right from here on the next one. And the next one can be a little bit longer. I just am anxious to get something out on 25, so I think that's a pretty good place to call it. Now I might, I'll think on that a little bit. Maybe I will get the harvest done before I bring you back in. But right now I'm actually going to stop playing once I sign off here, and I'm going to get busy and edit this because that's going to take a little time, a little longer than normal because not only do I need to edit it, but I need to do the intro screen and the ending screen and that. So like I said, I'd really like to get this posted later today, if not today first thing in the morning. So I will leave you there. So if you're still with me, I really appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when more content like this lands from FS25, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode here on Riverbend Springs, it's Farmer Murphy signing off.